Hello, everybody, and welcome to the championship edition of the Jess Strom Show. I'm your host, Katie Tetzlaw. What a town, what a team, California University of Pennsylvania, a.k.a. Penn West, California, Vulcans, whatever you want to call us. I think they should start with the champs. Folks, introduce yourselves to the camera for the people that don't know you. You first.
Hi, I'm Raja Fake. I'm from Dover, Pennsylvania, and I'm a liberal studies major. I forgot what we were supposed to say.
Hi, I'm Jordan Smith. I'm from Manassas, Virginia, and I'm a guard.
Hey y'all, I'm Sierra Lloyd. I'm from Scranton, PA, and I'm a senior guard.
My name is Hallie Harrington. I'm a senior guard, and I'm from Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania.
And my name is Alicia Harris. I am a sophomore, and I'm from Wilkesboro, Pennsylvania.
All right, so there's the gang that's on the show today. Couldn't fit so many people on the screen, and other people got showers and business to take care of right after practice today. So let's just talk real quickly. I know this weekend was a bunch of fun for you all, but I don't think people understand the grind and kind of what it took to get there. So if someone wants to speak upon, I think one of the game it started with for us is putting ourselves in a position to get the 2 seed in the PSAC tournament. So can someone start by saying about what your thoughts were on the IUP game at senior day at home for seeding for the PSAC tournament?
For that game, we just came out blazing. We knew everything counted at that moment, so we knew we needed that win to get into the regional rankings finally, and also to get a good seed in the PSAC tournament as well.
Yeah, and that 2 seed really helped. So for the people that don't know that out there, that 2 seed got us a bye on Monday of the PSAC tournament. So then comes Wednesday, a really big rivalry between Edinboro because of how it played out the regular season. So we split with Edinboro, won 1 at home, dropped 1 at their place. Then we're able to host a home game as the number 2 seed versus Edinboro. Can someone speak a bit about that game, about how you thought we played, how we thought we came out, and kind of what we did to be able to make it to the weekend?
I just feel like we executed the game plan. We went in there with the mindset of we're not going to lose, and we came out with the dub. So I feel like we just really executed our game plan and got things done on both ends of the floor.
Okay, so excited. Let's talk about the weekend. We go to Gannon. The PSAC championships are being played at Gannon on their home court. First semifinal game, we had to cross over into the East, had to play Westchester, who was the number 1 seed out of the East. Thoughts about that game, anybody, and what we thought we did in terms of getting through that to get to the championship game?
I'm gonna go again. I think we've just really executed our game plan, and big shout out to our bigs because they held it down in the paint for us. They got things done for real.
Yep.
And our guards just did what we always do.
Yep. And, in that game was hard fought, down to the wire, back and forth, kind of the whole game, really steady. And I think that was a game of both teams settling down, running their half-court offense, running their half-court defense. After that game, can you tell me what the anticipation was like? I don't know what it was like because I didn't talk to you guys about that anticipation to Gannon. Dropped 2 in the regular season on Gannon's home court. What was it like for you guys leading up to that game, that thought process and kind of what you were thinking approaching that game?
Really, it's more of like, they can keep those 2 wins that they got during season, but if that's how it had to go for us to win this championship game, then that's what it had to be. We came out, we knew that we had to bring it right when ball jumped, and that's what we did.
Yep. And do you feel like there was, I feel like we came out of the gates guns blazing. I mean, I feel like we were making shots, we were executing the game plan on defense. Tell me a little bit towards the tail end. Gannon had a huge run at the end, dropped in the zone, made a big run, made some big shots. What was it like, that feeling where we were up and then you saw the lead kind of slowly fading away? Confident all the way, maybe a little nerves. What was the mindset for you all out there on the floor?
I feel like we just got flustered a little bit, but I feel like if that was the beginning of the season, we would have lost the lead and probably lost the game, but we got flustered, but then we got composed, and we told ourselves, we're not going to lose this game.
Yep. And for us, tell us, guys, people don't understand how much it goes into it. For you think back to preseason, getting up in the morning, the start of the season had a rocky start, and I don't want to say rocky, but had to put some pieces together, switch defenses, made some changes, have new people playing, have an understanding of Cal U. Talk to us about what that championship actually means to you, and just like your feelings about when that buzzer went off. What your feelings were about making that, a part of the goal that we had from the beginning of the season.
Like you said, this season has been kind of rough. We lost our All-American post player due to an ACL injury. We were down to 9 players. Coach had to practice with us every day.
They don't need to hear that. They don't need to hear that.
But we had a game plan and we executed it. It just felt great to finally get what we deserved, and we do deserve it.
That's right. That's right. And for you guys, any sentiments about like that feeling again? Like anybody else want to speak about like what they felt, or I just laugh because this team makes me laugh really hard. Like of all the places that we could go to eat after the game, like you guys pick Wendy's and Chipotle, and it just like blows my mind that would be it.
All on a budget.
I just think that you guys, it speaks to, I don't know, just like a fun group. I feel like it had a good vibe the whole weekend, a loose vibe the whole weekend. Explain that to me about why there was just nothing, no fear, nothing to lose, and that good, happy vibe that went into that.
I feel like that we just stayed to who we are. Like, yeah, things changed at the beginning of the year, but we stayed true to us and what we do and what we want to get done, and we got the job done.
That's right. And now we're going dancing. So we have to, at some point, celebrate. I mean, we celebrated that PSAC championship. And we leave tomorrow to head down to Glenville State to play in the Atlanta Regional NCAA tournament. We're dancing. How do you get yourselves the mindset change to celebratory to, hey, we're ready to get going and play Westchester again, who we played in the semifinals?
We understand that we did win, and like I said, it's well-deserved, but the job's not done. We have to remain humble and stick to our plan and execute. It's not going to be easy, and we just have to be ready to go.
Yeah. Hallie, for you?
4 out of the 5 of us have been here in this situation, so we know what it takes to get here and what it takes to keep moving on. So we'll teach you. It'll be fun. And just enjoy it.
And it's kind of wild to think about that because 2 of you were on a different team playing in the regional last year. Rage at IUP, Joe at Shepherd, and now a part of Cal U with some better experience. See, tell us what we have to do to go down there and the mentality that we need.
I think we just got to flip the switch. Yeah, we celebrated a little bit, but like Lee said, job's not done, and we just got to stay true to who we are.
Joe, thoughts on it? Second time around for you?
I think that we just need to lock back in. I think we never lost focus. Just stay the course and do what we got to do.
Rage, for you? How are you going to focus?
Well, no, I think like this team, we just have so much fun and so much love every time we step on the court. Like honestly, whatever happens, whatever we do, like I'm just so grateful we get to do it together.
Amen. Good work. So you heard it from the champs. Listen, from a coaching staff perspective, obviously the host of the show, and from Coach Jess, I think that we just want to make it known how proud we are of this program, of these players, their heart, their soul, their attitude, their effort, never wavered, and it was just an absolute pleasure to watch you guys perform, execute, and then be really, really proud of yourselves after. So well-deserved, gang. Congratulations on the ship. But guess what? Still a lot of work to do for the Vulcans, heading down to Glenville State, the Atlantic region, playing Westchester in the first game. And, we just see what happens. We toss that ball up, and from there, gang, it's survive and advance. So, folks, please join us down there online, Game Day Central on Glenville's website. And then we'll be right up next with head coach Jess Strom.
Are you looking for student housing that is convenient, fits your budget, and promotes independent living? Look no further than Penn West California's Upper Campus student community at Vulcan Village. At Vulcan Village, you have 3 spacious floor plans to choose from, all with guaranteed private bedrooms and many with private bathrooms. Our community provides you fantastic amenities such as a 24/7 fitness center, convenience store, sand volleyball, and saltwater swimming pool. All apartments are fully furnished and have full kitchens and laundry. Utilities, internet, parking, recreation, and events all included. We provide you an all-inclusive experience that can't be beat. Schedule a tour and learn more today at vulcanvillage.com. Live here, live well.
Welcome back to the Jess Strom Show. Here with head coach Jess Strom. Jess, what a feeling this week, huh?
Yeah, it's twin day on the show today.
First of all, we didn't drive together to work today. It was not planned.
We're just on the same page.
We show up and you said, we just started laughing. I mean, if that isn't something, I don't know what is. But anyway, it's twin day. It's like we're going to Kennywood.
Yep.
Ride the Raging Rapids that's no longer there. But man, what a weekend!
So fun.
But what a season!
Yeah.
Whew, crazy twists, turns, some ups, some downs, but still like a bunch of love with the squad. Talk to us a little bit about the journey.
Yeah, it's crazy. I try to think back to preseason and the beginning of the season and practices, and it seems like 3 years ago. It seems so long ago. But I just remember some feelings after games, like good or bad or confusion, or I just think it's so emotional, a basketball season. Like we go through injuries, we go through people leaving the team, and it's just like, wow, like these guys have made it. It was such a good feeling at the end because I know as much as we feel and go through, they do too. And it's just like, we know they deserve it and all the hard work, and they just stayed the course. I feel like there was times this year we were 4-4. Our record was 4-4, and it did not feel great, and I'm sure they didn't feel great. And then we come back and win some games, and then there was a time we lost 3 in a row after that, and it's just like, man, like losing's no fun for anybody.
Not one person.
And even in those times though, it was much different. Because I feel like what Ray just said, like we have a lot of fun with this group, like the love we have for this group as coaches too, is just different. It's just different. They are close, and I feel like, they are really great people. So at the end of the day, like you can be mad we lost or we didn't execute or we didn't do something, but you still really like them. Yeah. It's hard to be mad at them for a long time because you just really like them. So I feel like going to Gannon and just being there. I think we were so happy to make it there. There was a couple weeks towards the end of the season where we're like, man, we have to win these games to make the PSAC
playoffs,
tournament.
Even to get in the door.
Yeah, we probably talked about it on the show because there was so many teams so close in record. It's like, man, this is like a playoff game. Like I remember back to, we lost to Mercyhurst on the road, and then after that, like Seton Hill at home was like, this is like a playoff game, guys. We have to win this game, and then we go to UPJ, and they were really good this year. And, it was like, this is a playoff game. We have to win this game. And then we come home for senior day, and it's IUP, and it's like, we have to win this game. It was just, like, we've been in the playoffs for 3 weeks, it seems like. Like, it's just been wild the last couple weeks of the regular season. And I just think that our teams did such a good job of just staying loose but focused.
And staying
together. Like, what Sierra said about maybe earlier in the season, those close games we would have lost. And there were a few, we would be up or down and we'd fight our way back, and then we just didn't make a big shot or didn't get a stop when we need it. and in the last couple weeks, we were getting those stops. We were getting those baskets. You know, all of those games I mentioned were close games.
Oh my goodness,
Like,
that's an understatement.
They were
Jess.
really close games. It wasn't like we were blowing people out in that run. So just proud of our growth, you know, and I think we forget sometimes as coaches, like we want it to be instant.
Yes.
And we had one returning starter from last year. And obviously Hallie has played a lot of minutes throughout her career here. But I mean, she's playing 40 now. It's like, you know, and 3 new people to the program.
Wait, did you say she's
starting.
playing 40?
Yeah.
Okay. Not only is she the PSAC leader in minutes, you told me, I had no idea.
39.2 she plays.
39.2. You said that she was number 1.
And I believe Sierra might be second.
Number 1 in the nation
Yeah.
in minutes. And Sierra Lloyd potentially
Yeah,
second.
I mean, they're putting a lot of minutes on those
a lot of
legs.
miles on those tires.
Yeah, they're just different. Like these guys are different. They've come together. They have grown together, and it's just been fun, you know. And then when they get to win a championship, it's like so fun to watch. Like obviously as coaches, it's so rewarding, anyways. But like to watch them do that and cut the net and celebrate together is just like you're so happy for them.
But yeah, and we always say this, it's never about us, it's about the players, because they're doing the work.
Yeah.
They're doing, I mean, we've heard coaches say, oh, we did this. No, our players did that. I'd like to think that we try to put our players in the best possible positions, but they do the work.
Yep.
They put in the time. If they go shoot, they do more. If they want to go ball, they do more. Like, they're doing all the work. They're doing all the effort. And it was just so fun to get to. My favorite part of that was going through the line, touch, and then seeing the joy. See, I think there's a lot of genuine happiness. My favorite part of it is the happiness that they have for each other and celebrating their own victories, whether someone got, Alicia with Defensive Player of the Year, C and Raja on first team. Like, they're all so happy for each other for the success, because guess what? Their success is our success.
Yeah, and I think they understand that, and it's
Yep.
really cool to watch. Yeah, like we've had so many individual accomplishments this year. Like other than that, you know, we've had career high points in probably 4 people on our team. We've had career rebound highs. We've had Hallie with career threes made in a game high. Like
Assist highs.
Assist highs for Sierra. Like we've had so many individual things, and it's so cool to watch this team celebrate each other, you know, with all those things. And I think that's what makes a team like us be able to go away to a place like Gannon against a really good team and win, because they play for each other and they play together.
But let's go back to IUP. We'll talk about IUP, we'll talk about Edinboro, we'll talk about Westchester, and we'll talk about Gannon. But before we get into that, we were speaking, and this goes for our league, how many good players are in the PSAC? When we were watching, you know, the opponents, and I think us, obviously, we respect a lot of teams. I think our team respects. I mean, they verbalize and say, hey, man, look at this team. Look how good. Look at this player. Wow, what a player, which is I think we show a lot of respect to our opponent. But, man, is the PSAC stacked with good players and good teams?
Yeah, it's awesome. And we always say it, like, the PSAC is such a good conference, and the West is a grind. I mean,
Whew.
if this year doesn't say that, I don't know what does. Like it.
Neck and neck.
Oh my goodness! Like, yeah, and the teams even that got left out of the playoffs had huge wins too. You know, and it was just like any day. Yeah.
Great players, great all-around teams, and great coaches in the league. And you know, I just think hats off to the PSAC for being able to put on display the hard work and the effort that people, you know, dominate in terms of recruiting and putting a team together, and then their players executing those plans. So let's talk about IUP, though. That game, to me, the biggest one out of the year, obviously, besides winning the championship. But, like, we don't win that game. Do you think you get
It's much harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much harder. I don't know. I think that our team understood, you know, how
The
important
assignment.
that game was. Yeah, because, man, a bye, we would have went from 2 to 4. So if we lose that game, we're the 4th seed.
And playing on Monday.
You play on Monday, and then you go away on Wednesday. So the difference is huge. You know, we got that Monday off, and like we said, we have a lot of players that play a lot of minutes. So for us, that little bit of a break was so big. And then to play at home is huge. It's just so big to play at home that game. Especially, you know, against Edinboro at home is much different than we probably would have had to go to Gannon on that Wednesday. So Just very different, and so proud of them for that IUP game. It was emotional.
Senior
Day
day
is always wild because it's a little bit crazy at the beginning. Obviously for Raja, I think it's a little bit emotional, weird. I don't know. Playing your team, someone that you were there for 4 years
and experienced a lot with.
Yeah, of course. So just a huge game all around. I think we had a great crowd.
I don't even remember
awesome.
what happened in the game.
Well,
It
we went
feels
to
like
overtime.
Yes, but besides that, I don't even remember how it got there.
A lot of points. I think it was 88, 84 maybe. But you got it out.
Oh, the crowd. That's right.
Was
oh
awesome.
My goodness.
It was awesome.
The crowd was sick.
Yeah, and it was just one of those games where you go back and forth, and at the end you got to step up and make plays. And I just feel like, when it went into overtime, I thought we could have won in regulation. And so when you go to overtime like that, sometimes your energy is low. But I think we went back out and just a refuse to lose attitude. But yeah, winning that game was really big, for the future for us.
Yep. And to me, it feels like it was just like a hard-nosed effort. Like that effort. But we've been saying at the beginning of the year, we've always had effort. Even the games that we've lost, I feel like we've had effort. Sometimes we didn't execute as well, but those two things started to come together. Like the effort matched with the focus, with the execution of what we're trying to do. And to me, that's been so cool to watch.
Oh, it's so cool. And I think that comes with trust. When you play together, you trust each other, you start to know each other a little bit better. And it's just time. It just takes a little bit of time. And I think that we hit our stride the last 3 weeks probably. And like you said, we've always worked hard. That wasn't it, but I think everything has come together. Just some experience together, playing together, knowing each other, caring about each other for a whole season. It's just different.
So have IUP, got that bye on Monday because we became the 2 seed. Have Edinboro, who we split the year with, at home. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah,
game.
so obviously us and Edinboro have been going at it for years, back and forth.
Always.
Because they're always good.
Kelly does a great job up there.
Yeah,
and their kids play hard and they're tough.
So it's always a tough game. They play very physical and tough. I feel like similar to us. How we try to be tough and physical. Obviously when we went there, it was a wild ride.
I'm glad that game was over and done with.
So I just think it was just a lot, coming in. It's obviously to go to the Final Four of the PSAC. So I think we did a good job staying focused. We talked a lot about not letting our emotions get in the way, but kind of focus those emotions in a good way. And I think our team has done a good job learning how to do that. Yes. Still having those emotions and being fired up, but channeling those to go win and stick together. So, another pretty close game. I think
they've all been close.
Yeah, they all have been. One thing though, I will say, I know the kids talked about too, executing game plans is a little different this year because we have more game plans this year because we have changed our defense a little bit. So these guys have done a really good job locking in because one game's a little bit different than the next.
More thought process.
It
is. It's way more thinking.
Yeah.
Than it was just all out crazy.
Yeah, we're playing a little bit different, so they do have to focus a little more on game plans this year, and I think they've been doing a really good job. So that Edinboro game, I think they stuck to the game plan, what we wanted to do, and I think you just saw us got another one out.
Yep. And then, I don't know your thoughts on this, Jess, but I think as soon as we were finished with Edinboro and you get to go to the weekend, from there on, I would have not been shocked any which way if any one of those teams won the PSAC championship.
I think all 4 teams that were there are really good teams, have really good players, and can compete,
at a high level.
So I feel like at the Edinboro game, we're let's just get to the weekend. Let's just win this. Let's get to the weekend. But then once you're there, it's no, let's win.
We always. I think we haven't met more competitive people.
It's
than our players and our coaching staff.
We can win. Yeah.
So playing Westchester, did not play them at all in the regular season, which is, I mean, it's been a while, I think, since we played someone.
Yeah, it was kind of nice, though.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice to see someone a little different.
Played somebody different, and they have a great team, great players. They're obviously in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I just think, preparation was a little different because we had to watch a little bit more film on them because, again, we didn't play them. Everyone in the West we played twice. We know them. We know their players. We know them really well. So I think it was just a little bit more. And again, it was a little different game plan, and I think we executed it. And one thing about that game is we got down 8 in the second half.
Yep.
And I just feel like there was never a point, for me at least, and I don't think in our players either, that we were like, oh no.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was always, okay, we need a basket. Okay, we need to stop. It was never panic. It was never, we're going to lose this game. You know, it was just, what do we have to do to make that up? And I just think we did a really good job just sticking with it, like sticking together. There was never a time when we were arguing or apart, or it was just like, okay, we're going to come together. And Alicia and Raja were in foul trouble in that game. So, you know, hats off to Alicia coming in and playing big minutes. Talia came in and played big minutes. So on a big stage, you know, those guys are young and haven't really been there before in those moments. So that was huge for them to just come in and kind
Take care of business.
Withstand, you know, just withstand. So that was huge for us, you know, a big game, obviously. Then you get to relax and watch the next game and see who you play. So it's just fun, you know, the vibe, it's just really, really fun.
And then, you know, we were watching that game, and who comes out on top but Gannon? Playing Gannon at Gannon for the PSAC championship. Now, we had that opportunity last year as well. It wasn't at Gannon, obviously, but it was Gannon, so 2 years in a row, us versus Gannon. In the PSAC championship, we were the loser of that game last year. Did not feel good. You get to that point and drop it, and you just, watching that selection show just wasn't the same as being the winner of it. You're still happy, obviously, but felt a little different because you didn't get the job done. But this year, it was like, okay, we lost twice. We have Gannon. What do you think about that game?
Yeah, obviously, I think Gannon's a really good team. I really do. I think that they are veteran. I think they run what they run so well. Like, you have to almost game plan for them. I think Sam Perosco is a really good player in our league. I mean, obviously she was player of the year on our side.
Well deserved too.
Yeah, I just think they are solid. So I think for us, it was maybe we have to do something a little bit different, because in the previous 2 games, you know, she really hurt us, and Emma Wright really hurt us. So I just think it's a matter of trying something different. And I give so much credit to our kids, because this was a quick game plan. You know, you play Saturday, you have to change your mindset, and then you have shoot around, and you play Sunday. So I am so proud of the way they just adjusted. You know, I mean, the way we played was very different than we have played ever. You know, so we've never really done how we played before. And they just went with it. But I will say about this team, they just go with everything. Yeah, you could say anything. You could say, we're going to ride bikes to the NCAA tournament, and they'd be like, okay,
cool.
Where do we put our stuff? Like, they just go with it. So I'm not shocked, but I think the execution and the way they were locked in was, I haven't seen that in a very long time, especially in our first half. It was like, we're winning. We're winning this game. We don't care. The crowd was awesome. For Gannon, I mean, they were packed in
a packed facility.
Yeah, and it was just
loud.
And even when, obviously, we knew Gannon was going to make a run.
Absolutely, we talked about it.
Yeah, like, guys, they're going to make a run.
They're good. They're a good team. Yep.
And I just, you know, I think there was a little bit of nerves for a 2-minute span, and then we got it together, and I think it was just, we're not losing. You know, I just picture towards the end, Joe hitting a huge 3, and it's just like, yeah, she's not letting us lose. And then C hitting a shot, like, okay, she's not letting us lose. And then Alicia with an and one, like, we're not losing.
Raja with rebound. Everybody.
Hallie with huge shots.
Hallie with huge shots.
It's just like, they're not going to lose.
C's jumper.
They're not letting this happen. You know, they wanted it so bad that it just wasn't going to happen. And Alicia's performance on the boards was something I have not seen if ever in a very long time.
I have not seen it.
Yeah.
It was, I just remember sitting there going, oh, man, there's another big rebound. Like saying to myself, oh, there's a physical play.
Because Gannon's big.
And they're strong.
They're big and strong, and she just wanted the ball. Like, she went up and got it.
And I also think it's nice, too, when you have 2 big rebounders that are both fighting. One of them, to me, I get so excited because I think one of them each time is going to get it. But I just kept seeing Elisa springing in the air, and I just kept thinking, there was a physical play. I think she dove on the floor and flipped it to Sierra, and I just thought to myself, we're not losing this game.
Oh, you know, we talk about that a lot. Like, with 2 good teams, the difference is going to be the 50-50 stuff, like getting on the floor, taking charges, rebounding, like all the effort things.
Dirty work.
Yeah, that's going to be the difference because you're playing a really good team, you know? So I just feel like we did all that in that game.
And I don't laugh because it's not funny, but I just feel like no one thought we would be in the NCAA tournament. I don't know if anyone on their 2023 bingo cards had Cal U after that start and after a couple games and after almost being in fourth place in the PSAC standings at the end. I don't know if anyone had us winning that game at Gannon.
No, and that's the best way to be. Mm-hmm. That's so fun. Like, it's just the best. Like,
I mean, I feel like
you can call us the underdog always. I don't care.
Yeah, and I just feel like this year we were the ultimate bracket buster, not only in terms of the PSAC tournament, but also the NCAA tournament. I don't think people that were fighting for spots also thought that we would beat Gannon at Gannon on their home court.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to do. Only one team did it this whole year before that. So it's obviously hard. But I also don't think people really understand how hard our team works and how much time and focus and effort and how much they really do care about each other. Yep. So, like, you don't see the behind-the-scenes stuff that is coming out now.
Yeah, and it feels like it's been a long time since we were able to talk about getting that championship. I mean,
Years.
since 2016?
Yeah.
The last PSAC championship here at Cal, but it feels, oh man, doesn't it just feel so good to end that on a win there? And then, now you have to get refocused. Now, as a coach, you do feel like that's your responsibility to get them squared away?
Yeah, and I just think they will be. Mm-hmm. I think that they are not satisfied. I think that would be a good way to put it. A lot of teams it was emotional, obviously. But seeing them today come in and watch film and just seeing how they are kind of approaching everything, they're not satisfied with just winning the PSAC. So it's nice as a coach. Like, obviously we're not either. So I think everybody's just on the same page. Yeah. It's just whatever has to be done, we're going to do it, and we're going to put our best effort, and hopefully, that's enough to win games.
And the work that goes into preparing for this, not only to go down there, but just getting your players ready. Have you been sleeping?
I don't sleep typically, so it's nothing different, so that's okay. But the thing about playing Westchester, we just played them, so.
Yeah, and what are your anticipatory thoughts on that game, getting ready for that? Like, what are you anticipating from them?
I think a lot of the same. I think
they're solid.
You don't change much when you are as good as they are. You
so
know
good.
what I mean? Like, our game was a 3-point game. It's not like we came in and destroyed them and they need to come up with a different game plan. Like,
it was a good
close
game.
So I anticipate a lot of the same. It was a lot of half-court offense.
Yep.
Half-court defensive stuff. So, yeah, I think it's a good game. Two good teams, so I think it should be fun to watch.
And it's fun. Survive and advance is always fun. It's, win or go home.
Yeah, it's just you got to make the plays.
Yep. Any thoughts on the last thoughts of, the championship or heading to the NCAA tournament, Jess?
Just this is why you play, right? Like, this is the fun time of year. I say you always grind through January and February so you can get to March. That's it. And I'm just super proud of our team. I think that, like you said, a lot of people probably didn't think we would be in this position right now. But I don't think anyone on our team really cares what anyone else thinks. So that's the good part about it. And we've worked hard enough to be here and earned it. So I'm just really proud of them. It is a grind. Basketball season is long. And I think that they have just been awesome to work with and be a part of. And I just hope that we can, have some more wins here together.
Yep. Well, you heard it here from Jess Strom. Let the madness begin, everybody. Cal U, Vulcan Nation. Get ready to watch game versus Westchester Friday at noon at Glenville State University. Super excited to be part of the NCAA tournament. And, hey, let's see what these Vulcans can do.